Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is a little place where I share my insights and I hope that you find them valuable. And today I was reflecting on success and just how elusive it is. And so I'm calling this the overnight hack, and how the search for a shortcut is undeniably the biggest hoax there is. So stick around. We're going to talk about just how lonely success is, but sustainable if you have an intrinsic desire. The world is full of products to save us time, save us money. And if you buy into the shortcut, you'll be like the person who suddenly comes into money and can't sustain it. And in true success, when you embark on something, if you have a real childlike desire to, transform your body or have a sustainable relationship or start a business or build wealth, you're going to be looking for ways to do it as fast as possible, to cut corners and sidestep every single inconvenience that you can. And we see this happening frequently in people who are considered one-hit wonders. They something suddenly goes viral and they can't sustain it. Or they win the lottery and they can't keep it. Or they write a book and it goes nuts and they can't do it again. That's because there was not an intrinsic love, perhaps, that got them through what most people experience, which is the dip. I don't know of any way of bodybuilding, for example, that doesn't require what my dad used to call the long cut. When we were coming home from my grandmother's house or whatever, or we would say, "Dad, can we take the shortcut?" And he would say, "No, we're taking the long cut." I remember him saying that. But the long cut is where you will find the most satisfying meetup with success, which is totally selfish. One of the trainers at my gym, her name is Erica, she said something, there are no shortcuts. She tells her clients that all the time. There are no shortcuts to physical fitness. None. And you can see people taking shortcuts with liposuction and Botox and stuff. They look awful. There's not a natural look to it. Even people on steroids, something looks funny about it. And people who claim to have figured out the secret of success and have all the outward signs, something seems fishy about it. It's a lot like loud wealth. These people who are very ostentatious and have all these things, but on paper are completely poor. Or inside, they're intrinsically poor. So the only thing that I can tell you about my own experience as a musician is that I didn't care if I was successful, which is weird. I mean, I wanted to do well. I wanted to learn how to play the organ. That was my my instrument. I studied the classical organ. But I say 99.999% of what I did was alone, in an empty church. You call that under the cover of darkness. Initially, when you take on a project like that, as a young 12-year-old kid, I got a lot of attention from my family. Oh, I'm playing the organ, and that was horrible. But after that momentum died down, I had to go underground to become any good at it. And this is where your overnight success happens. You got to go. You have a lot of momentum at first. Like if you started losing weight, the first 30 pounds, they're very easy to do. Oh, this is easy. And then you get into the dip. And if you're trying to lean out to get to, like, say, 12% body fat, all that momentum stops. The body starts equalizing, and what you're doing doesn't work, or it takes a much longer time, or you have to really stick with it. And the thing that gets us through that dip or that slump, or as they say in the blog world, the sandbox, or on YouTube, nothing. I mean, it's like crickets. I've been working on my YouTube channel for over a year now, year and a half now, and it's decreasing. A lot of times your momentum in bodybuilding decreases whenever you're trying to build a skill, but that's your dip or your slump. This is where you do your best work. Nobody's noticing. Nobody's interested. So I had to do that with my writing. I started a blog 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Nobody reads it. But I, under the cover of darkness, I'm getting better at my writing, how I want to express myself. The ideas are flowing a little bit better. So one of the things that helps me is knowing that I have an intrinsic love for it. And that is the secret to success, is this. Would you do it, whatever you want to embark on, would you do it if nobody was listening, if nobody noticed, if nobody was watching, if nobody cared? See, a lot of us, we are motivated by what other people are saying about it or reacting. We want nice bodies so we can go to that beach party, that high school beach party where everybody's going to be in swimsuits. Well, I've got to work towards that because everybody's looking at me. Well, if you're not doing it for yourself, if you're not the one enjoying looking at your body in the mirror, you'll never sustain it. You're the one that has to be pleased with it. You're the one that has to enjoy the workouts. See, I'm to the point now where I enjoy my workouts. Yes, they are grueling. I have a merciless trainer. But I understand there's no shortcuts. But so once you embrace that, you say, I really like doing this. Your body will begin to enjoy the sit-ups and the pull-ups, and you just have to build a good technique. It's a skill you're developing. Weightlifting is a skill that is practiced. It's not a result-based kind of a thing. And dieting is a skill that's practiced, and it's not a result-based thing. It's because you enjoy dieting. You enjoy eating nutritiously. And you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for, oh, look, you look slender, or wow, look at your body and blah, blah, blah. That's not what you're doing it for. You're doing it intrinsically for yourself. So success is extremely selfish. In terms of my YouTube channel, there's not much momentum going on. So right now, I'm in the trenches. I'm in the dip. I'm in the slump. But I love that. I love working in the trenches. I don't want overnight success because I want to be ready to meet it when it comes. So when opportunity comes, I want to be ready to meet it there. Just like when I was playing the organ. My first opportunity was at a little church with just a few old people, so I didn't have to be that good. You know? I couldn't have gotten a job in a big cathedral making the kind of music I dreamed of making. So this dip or this trench is a readiness period for you. And I don't care what it is. Wealth, relationships, businesses, hobbies, and skills. They are developed when you practice and you enjoy the practice. See, this is the secret to anything. Do you enjoy practicing? If you want to play the piano because you want to entertain people, you'll never get there. If you want to play the piano because you love playing the piano, you'll get there. You'll get to anywhere you want to go. If you're trying to build wealth to show everybody in your neighborhood how rich you are, you'll never, it won't work. But if you want to build wealth because you love the wealth, you love being able to purchase the things that you love and will enjoy secretively. You don't, real wealth is I'm going to enjoy this, I don't know, whatever it is you're going to buy. I don't know, let's say you're going to buy a $3 million motorhome. You just really want one of those Provost motorhomes. I may be saying that wrong. You want, or the Van Hool, or the high-end kind of $2 million motorhome. Good. Just make sure you enjoy it and you like camping and all this stuff. Don't buy it to show your neighbors how ostentatiously wealthy you are. You do it. You do it because you secretly just want it. You want to play with it yourself. All that it's just under the cover of darkness. Wealth, success, writing, speaking, playing music. Everybody is attracted to the byproducts, but never to the intrinsic quality of practice. There's no hack. Why would you want success before you have developed the skill? That's why a lot of this rarefied stuff is not attainable to a lot of people because they want a shortcut. And there is no shortcut. It's a long cut. But it's fun. The long cut is fun because you get to perfect something. You really get to hone in on a skill that's sustainable, and you've rarefied yourself because you stuck with it. I stuck with music since I was 12. I got really, really, really good with it by the time I was 22. In 10 years, I got really good at it because I just devoted myself. Any music person who's ever been a music major, you have buried yourself in the practice room. I lived in the practice room. That was my cave. So if you want to be successful in anything, even just existing, you have to practice being a forest dweller, like meditation and quietude and solitude, and learn how to be in this state of receiving success, being ready for it. You're going to have to do something a long time before you get paid for it. I played the organ for a long time before I got paid for it. And when I first got paid for it, it was very little, but I was in middle school. And then it sort of it followed me as I improved and got better. It followed me. So that's what followers are. Money, attention, subscribers, likes, it'll follow you because you are intrinsically and joyfully doing it for yourself. Even Gandhi admitted that. One of the most selfless people on the planet. Gave a speech one time and somebody gushed about how meaningful it was, and he said, I do it for myself. Just remember, I do it for myself. Whatever you're going to do it for yourself. Say that. That's a great mantra. I do it for myself. I work out for myself. I eat healthy for myself. I started a YouTube channel for myself. I started a blog for myself. I started a romantic relationship for myself. That's a good one. Meaning, I'm preparing myself to meet the love of my life, this soulmate or whatever. I'm working on becoming the kind of mate I am seeking. You see? Do you want a mate before you're ready? Do you want a business before you're ready? Do you want millions and millions of dollars before you're ready? Let me tell you, no, you don't. Because you're going to end up like Michael Jackson. Poor thing. He was such a huge hit, he probably didn't have a chance to prepare for it. He was a kid. His father, he was in the Jackson 5. He was in it. He was in that limelight before he could ever find the sublime light. Well, that's a good one. See? I just got a great idea. I'm going to call my next video The Sublime Light as opposed to the Limelight. Don't steal my idea. Anyway, that's my idea. Those are my insights about an overnight hack. No such thing. Get your eyes off of that and into the skill development, the readiness, and the practice. And that's where you're going to find success. It'll sneak up on you. It'll follow you. But you lead by doing things intrinsically and lovingly for yourself. My name is Ryan. Please check out my blog or visit my Amazon page. I have one book. I've got a second one on its way. MyMorningMotivator.com. And thank you for being a faithful watcher.